Pope Francis has performed the Holy Door ceremony, or the opening of the sacred portals. Let's look at what the most important aspect of this whole thing is. This ceremony that took place happens every 25 years. It marks a jubilee year, and while theories spread around online that the Vatican was opening a secret portal, this is actually a ceremony that is known to take place within the Catholic Church. But the greatest problem around all of this is that it said walking through these doors that will be open is how you are forgiven from your sins.
The doors will remain open throughout the whole year for the passage of pilgrims, a transition from sin to grace, which every Christian is called to make.
The only way to be forgiven of your sins is by putting your trust in Jesus Christ and believing in what he did on the cross and rising from the grave, not walking through any type of holy door that the Vatican opens.
Does anyone else think that all of the UFO sightings, all of these orbs, is connected to what the Pope's doing at the Vatican on Christmas Eve? The Pope will be unsealing, unearthing, opening the tomb of St. Peter. He plans to live stream it. This is so bizarre for me. They do some pretty weird things, like these are supposed to be St. Peter's bone fragments. Why? Why are we opening this? I don't understand. Why are we opening a tomb if it's known that there are only bone fragments? So we're going to go through all of the catacomb, pass through all of the ancient subterranean ways, to open a tomb that technically, this is from an Italian TV show. Those are his bone fragments. And from underneath the altar of the Basilica of San Pietro, the Basilica of St. Peter, they are going to live stream this opening. At the same time, we have all of these UFOs that, for all intents and purposes, in my opinion, they remind me of angels. Have any idea what's behind these doors also? Oh, you don't know what I'm talking about? Yeah, Pope Francis is also going to be performing a never before performed ritual opening 5 sacred portals. Now, they are doors, but they are calling them portals. What is behind the doors, and what do these portals open or lead to? Ever since the Pope has decided to do this, all of a sudden we have apparitions of angels and UFO sightings. What if the UFOs are angels? This is one of the famous orbs. This is another one. You want to tell me it doesn't remind you of something like this? Or this? Hello? That's what we're looking at. For those of you that don't know, these are throne angels, also known as the P0pe. And in the middle, you see that little entity? That is a cherubim. So let me explain this to you. The throne angels are the chariots of God, sentient chariots of God. They have their own consciousness. They are one of the most formidable and powerful entities ever created by God. These enormous beings of high intelligence, empathy, and they are super humble. They are known to be the closest thing to spiritual perfection. And all of a sudden, in contemporary of when the Pope is doing these rituals, we have these legions of angels, UFOs, appearing in our skies. I don't think it's a coincidence. And let's just compare this to science. In science, this is a Dyson sphere. Do you see the rotating wheels? Huh. Whatever the Pope is doing, opening up these portals and unsealing St. Peter's tomb, I think that's why we're seeing all of these angels. I think we should start asking ourselves, why are they here? The Pope opened the portals on Christmas Eve. Did you see what happened? You didn't see what happened? What? There were no Harry Potter shooting flames and starbursts and lightning bolts? What? You didn't see demons? How is that possible? Well, for starters, when we're talking about ultradimensional being, hypothetically, if there were to be ultradimensional beings coming out of some prison world with a symbolic door portal ritual opening their vault, you wouldn't be able to see it even if it happened. Movies like Harry Potter have trained people to think that you see magic and magical entities or divine beings. Unless you're clairsentient and you feel energy, you're not going to see or feel anything. What did happen after these 5 sacred portals were opened? In reality, they were doors. Doors to the Basilica in the Vatican City. What is a basilica? It's a church. When Pope Francis opened the 5th door, the Basilica of San Pietro, St. Peter's Basilica door, which was the one that was making this ritual special. You all heard about the ritual, the never before performed ritual. This is what they were referring to. Every 25 years for the Jubilee, they open up these sacred portals, these doors to these basilica, to these churches. This year was special because they were opening up the 5th door, which was St. Peter's Basilica. People were expecting to see dragons or demons flying out of there, I assume, but no. One thing I did notice was the expression and the feelings that Pope Francis had when he did open the door. As an intuitive empath, I was feeling his frustration. There was a little bit of fear, of anxiety. It looked as if something was worrying him. Then when they opened the door and they pushed him in the wheelchair inside, he was looking around like, here's the kicker on where a lot of people misunderstood what was going on. I believe that the UFOs in the sky, the orbs, looked a lot like what Ezekiel described as the seraphim and throne angels. Angels of God, the mighty warriors. So in my mind, I said, if all of these orbs are here, hypothetically, if they are the throne angels, they are waiting for whatever, hypothetically, comes out of this portal to do a celestial battle, just like in the Bible and all the other ancient scriptures tell us. We've seen these stories of these celestial battles in Bible stories, Old Testament, the Greek mythology, Titans against the Olympians, all of these wars like that. The celestial battles of the gods. Hindu religion has it. It's all over the world. My opinion is, if anything was to get out of some prison world, those throne and seraphim angels were there to take care of it. Do you remember how, like in the Emerald Tablets, Thoth taught us that even the gods and men alike that have transgressed against humans will be punished? Okay, so if it's true that the Anunnaki are back and will punish the wicked, blah, 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 what if the Pope was doing a service to humanity by opening the portal and then allowing the throne angels to take care of what had to be taken care of? It would make sense. I mean, the entire thing is open to personal interpretation. My personal take on it was something being released? Sure, why not? Could be. But I also knew that the angels would take care of it, and there was nothing to fear. But the Pope did seem worried. Like the facial expression, the body language. He did look worried. He did look a little bit fearful. But now do you understand why?
Okay, guys, I made this second video kind of slowed it down for you, but I want you guys to notice the Pope's reaction once he notices who or what just opened the door for him. Notice his facial expressions. Notice the silent prayer he does once he sees what he's looking at. Yeah, it's that serious. He looks kind of stressed out. But now, pay attention to the guys who opened it. I showed you the first one, but look at the second one. You can look for it yourself. You can see it all yourself on YouTube. It's a 4-minute video. Go check it out. But look, no ears, nothing. You can see nothing. Look at that. What is that, bro?